What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the AM, guys. Welcome back to 5 Minute Rants. I'm your host, Michael Abernathy, and welcome back to the show predicated on the journey of life and business. So, everybody, today I was going to talk about the decision. And what is the decision, you ask? It's actually the decision to be all in and to be committed. And this decision universally applies to every area of your life, okay? If you're a dad or a mom, it applies to you choosing to be all in as a father or mother. And I actually talk about this decision a lot with a lot of people about a lot of different subjects. And I figured it was important for us to talk about it. So all in is one of the most important decisions you will make in your life, period. For the course of your life and for each and every individual aspect of your life. Okay? The other thing about all in is it's not a one-time decision. It's a heart position and a mindset of that I'm going to do my best and I'm fully committed at this endeavor for as long as it takes to achieve what we're trying to achieve. And the honesty is it normally doesn't ever stop. Okay? And so really, to give an example of this is I talked to a friend of mine a year and a half ago, and he's got several kids, and we were talking about his decision. He's like, man, my kids, they're younger. They were 4, 3, and a newborn at the time. And, right, 4, 2, and a newborn. And he was talking to me, and he was like, man, I've really got to decide if I want to be a dad or not. Because when they decided to have kids, he hadn't really understood what it meant to be a dad. And this is what happens when you begin to get into things, when you try something new in life or start. You don't fully understand what it means. And you're like, I'm going to do this. But then once you get into it, then you have to make that decision of, am I all in? Am I going to be committed to this? Am I going to let go of my life and then run after this endeavor? And so we had that conversation about him being a father. Him being a father, you think about that. Am I going to be a dad? And he's like, I really want to be a dad. I want to be a good dad. I want to love my kids and give them the best life I possibly can. But it took that all-in decision. Andrew and I, when we started business, another example of this is like, cool, we are going to start a company and we are going to do this. And this is what our life is going to look like, what we're going to be in. And then once we got into it, it's like, oh my gosh, there is a whole other side of things that we had no idea about. We had no idea about the pain, the hardship, the learning curve, how steep the learning curve was, and why most people fail in business is because of the steepness of the learning curve. And you can't learn fast enough. And so when we got into it, we had to actually sit down and go, am I going to be all in? I said I would dedicate my life and that I was bought in and sold out for this. Am I going to be all in for this? Am I going to really choose to partner with Andrew? Is he going to choose to partner with me? And are we going to do this? It was the same thing with getting married. And you'll look at a lot of people who don't, when they get married, they really didn't choose to be all in prior, or they didn't choose to make that decision after they fully understood what it meant and after they got into things a little deeper. And so if you look at it, it's like, man, I'm really not bought in. And I did an episode a while ago called Buy-In, and it's essentially the same thing. In a way, this is just a whole higher level and a whole deeper level. And so here's the other thing. A lot of times people don't want to be all in because like, oh man, I don't have the stamina to be all in. No, that's false. The point of all in is, and the purpose of all in is, I'm going to do my best for the endeavor and for the goal. I'm going to do my best that I can possibly be and do at that time. And so if you're like, cool, I don't think I can make this decision. I don't think I'm going to be good enough to make this decision. That's not the point of all in. All in is cool. I'm going to show up anyways and give all that I can give in the moment. And if you choose to do that in your heart, your mind, your body, everything else will show up in the moment to help you accomplish what you need to. All in doesn't also mean being perfect all the time and doing things perfectly. What it means is you're simply giving the best you can at that moment in time. And that is so freeing because Cool. I said, I'm going to do this. Awesome. I feel like crap today, but you know what? I'm still going to show up. Cool. I feel discouraged that we're not going to make it. Awesome. I'm going to flip that and be like, cool, I'm going to show up anyways and fight that fight and do the things that I need to do, because I guarantee you, you're not always going to feel like being married, and you're not always going to feel like being a dad or mom, and you're not always going to feel like doing business. Anyways, guys, I'll catch y'all later. I'm over. Peace.